We are good. We are okay. I'm holding the mic. Okay. Hanzo opened his eyes and looked around the hotel room, trying to remember where he was. He noticed there was an arm around his waist. He followed it up and saw McCree smoking a cigar while holding him. Wait, are we taking turns reading the paragraph? Like we did?
We should, if you want to.
Okay. Good morning. Okay. McCree nodded, taking a puff from his cigar. Hanzo realised they were both naked, bringing back memories of what had happened last night. Hanzo had still not said anything, making McCree slightly concerned. You fell asleep after last night, so I cleaned us both off, McCree said, looking down at the sleepy man. He remembered wiping the washcloths down Hanzo's body and against his pink butt. As the butt. A wonderful part of nature. I don't know. McCree was afraid he was going to be hurting the next morning. Oh god, I just did everything that I shouldn't have. No, I've lost my place. Okay. Hanzo looked up at McCree and thought about what last night meant to him. Hanzo reached up and pulled McCree's face down to meet his. He kissed him softly, tasting whiskey and tobacco. His lips were so gentle, McCree practically melted at Hanzo's gesture. He pulled Hanzo's legs up so they laid across his own. Hanzo pulled him in tighter and kissed him. He just wanted to cradle Hanzo in his arms. How many times do they have to say their name? Hanzo... No, not Hanzo. He didn't want this moment to go away. Hanzo winced in pain as McCree pulled him closer. It's your line. He said, disconnecting their kiss. So McCree asked, oh god, pushing hair out of Hanzo's face. Hanzo nodded uncomfortably. That will happen our first few times. Oi! Hanzo smiled at the thought of doing that again. He very much wanted to.
I need to bath.
Bathe. Hanzo said, still feeling dirty from last night. You probably shouldn't stand in a shower. You can take a bath, McCree asked. Hanzo nodded and tried to push himself up but failed. His entire backside hurt. Stay put, McCree kissed Hanzo's forehead before sliding out from under him and putting out his cigar. Holding on.
That's not how you spell Hanzo.
That is not how you spell Hanzo. There's supposed to be an apostrophe in that. Onwards. Hanzo walked into the bathroom and turned on the water in the surprisingly large bath that Hanzo's doing this? What? Apparently he's better? What did I tell you, man? Thick thighs save lives. Hanzo, no, I'm gonna change. Should I change? No, okay. It was still very early, 5:30, so Hanzo had plenty of time to relax before they had to go work. There's a plane on your side. As the water. Shut up, plane. I'm trying to read McHanzo. As water filled the white tub, McCree brushed his teeth and splashed cold water on his face. He couldn't knock that stupid grin off his face. Feeling himself inside of Hanzo was incredible. Probably the best he'd ever had. The camera's blurred. Okay. I think I'm okay. Don't know, I'm just gonna... Okay. Hanzo pulled the blankets up around him and sunk into the pillows. He remembered vividly how gentle and kind McCree was with him. He kept asking if he was okay and always was holding him so gently. Oh, true love, people. It wasn't something he was used to. Hanzo was usually the dominant one. But with the McCree, he enjoyed letting someone else be in control. Okay. Because we're reading this from chapter 2, people that are watching this is going to be like, what the hell are they talking about? But I'm pretty sure it's pretty obvious.
Uh-huh.
What they did. McCree walked back towards the bed and so shamelessly stared at his package while he did. He was huge even when soft. Checking out the guts McCree smacked.
Perhaps.
Hanzo said, still curled up in the blankets. Oh god, the entire thing's gone. Come on, McCree said as he pulled Hanzo from under the covers. Hanzo called out in discomfort and pain as he did. McCree finally pulled Hanzo into his arms and held him Brielle style. Oh god, I really don't want to read that. Do I have to do that bit? Do I have to do the beginning bit, or can I just say that I know it hurts bit?
I honestly don't care.
I know it hurts. McCree cooed as he carried Hanzo into the bathroom. Wait, so he's experienced this? He knows it hurts? It's those thick thighs, man, I'm telling you. McCree set him in the warm running water and was about to leave to go get dressed, but Hanzo stopped him.
Wait.
Hanzo said, grabbing at McCree's hand. You need something? McCree asked, shuffling back to him. There's a Starbucks thing. There's 2 Starbucks adverts. Oh my god. We are not sponsored by McStarbucks, so no.
You don't want to be a basic white girl?
I don't like Starbucks.
Yeah, I didn't like it too, but I mean, I like the hot cocos.
Yeah, I guess it's nice. And that's your line. That first word. Just that one word.
Yes.
Hanzo smiled. He said it. The way he said it. That's golden.
The way I said it though.
I know. Hanzo smiled before pulling McCree with surprising strength into the bathtub. He landed with a splash that made water spill out all over the ground. What are you on about?
Wait, hold on. When did Hanzo gain strength all of a sudden?
I don't know. They said it was surprising.
Yeah.
I'm like giving everyone British accents because I can't really do that many accents. What did you want about? Oh my god. What do you want about? McCree shook his head and as he held his mechanical arm out of the water. Why has everything gone dark on my camera? Oh god. Oh, okay, it's because of that. I was about to cry. I thought I broke everything. What do you want about? McCree shook his head as he held his mechanical arm out of the water. Hanzo had a lapse in judgment and forgot McCree couldn't get his arm that wet.
I'm sorry. I forgot.
Hanzo stuttered. McCree reached up to where his arm met metal and twisted it until it clicked off. He placed it far away from the tub and looked back to Hanzo, to nervous Hanzo. Oh wait, it's my line.
Yeah.
You're gonna pay for that, darling. I'm not sure if he's being angry
God
or he's...
Damn it, another plane.
That's another plane. I don't hear it. I don't hear that plane.
Yeah, there's another plane flew over my head.
Well done. Hanzo smiled, glad McCree wasn't mad. He sounds pretty fucking mad. You were gonna pay for that. Anyway, McCree placed a hand above Hanzo's. That's not
How you spell Hanzo?
spell it. McCree placed a hand above Hanzo's head and managed to hold himself up with only one arm. He hovered over Hanzo and stared at him before pushing his lips against his. I can't breathe. Hanzo laughed and placed both hands on either side of McCree's waist. That's not how you spell it. They kissed like that for a long time, both of them wishing it would never end. How did this happen, Hanzo? No. Okay. That's your one. I just hit myself with my phone.
Oh god, I scared my freaking dog.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
That's your one.
I said it.
I didn't hear you. Your mic
repeated
cut
it.
out. Your mic cut out.
How did this happen?
Hanzo asked, copying what McCree's arm ended. He sounded more annoyed than soft. It's okay. McCree first. Oh my god. Boy. Oh god, I can't. Boy. That's not grammar. Oh wow. That's not English. I don't know. And was
What?
the McCree for it's supposed to be McCree's, but they wrote McCree, just McCree. McCree's first instinct was to pull away. He didn't like it when people touched his missing arm.
Scared me.
It's a long story. McCree smiled uncomfortably and felt his cheeks turn pink. My hands are shaking. My hands are shaking. McCree smiled uncomfortably and felt his cheeks turn pink. Hanzo noticed his discomfort. He wanted McCree to know that it didn't bother him. Hanzo sat up closer to McCree and fluttered kisses onto McCree's arm. Ooh, he's got an arm fetish all of a sudden. Hanzo looked up at McCree's surprised face. McCree hadn't let anyone touch his arm, let alone kiss it. You don't have to. Wait. McCree started but cut him off by moving one arm down his back.
Yeah, this dude is like, no.
You can just say hush.
Why did I agree to do that?
I don't know. Oh god.
What?
The ending of the line. You're lucky you'd have to be the narrator. Anyway. Go on.